So archiving is done on per index pattern, and again, it's important for you to understand from the customer how long he wants to keep his data, how long the MSSP is in the MSSP's SLA to keep the data for, is it 90 days hot? Is it 365 days cold?
Retention.
Yeah, there's also in the new version now a retention of the archive as well. So that again would vary depending on the index pattern. So you see the archive task there is dependent on the index pattern. Again, syslog 002. So they're taking tenant number 2's index is off and they're keeping them for 180 days in the archive.
It's not removing the data, it's copying the data to the external storage. In the Kibana file, you have the archive configuration.
So the external resource is just a mount point on the server.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly,
okay,
and the user Kibana have to have access to it. In this case, the archive folder path is the /download, right? So if I go to the /download, I have my archives here, right? For example, now we have the directories for each month. So for example, 06 is previous, and I have my archives placed here locally.
Okay.
But obviously you don't have to manage them from the console level because you have the retention period, so it's done automatically. The only thing to remember is that the archiving will not remove the data from the online system, right? So it's just copying the data. If you want to remove the data from the system, you go to the index management, and in the index management, you create action. That action is delete, and then you do some margin of time between the archiving and the data removing, right? So for example, tenant 002 retention online, that would be the name that would mean something to you, right? For example, each day at 2 a.m. and you specify that, for example, syslog 002, right? And you say that if the archiving is done every 30 days, then you can remove data older than 40 days, right? So you have 10 days of buffer of security. If the archive will fail or something like that, then you have 10 days to fix it before the data will be permanently removed from the system. So if you recognize that something is not working correct, then you can disable the action, fix whatever is needed to be fixed, and then re-enable that, right?